Hello students, welcome to Earth Blossom. We are doing chapter Combustion and Flame, and now we are going to do its fifth part. In the fifth part of this chapter, we are going to discuss about the flame and its parts. So first question arises, what is flame? So as we can see here, a lighted candle and a gas stove. So we can see the fire here. This part of the fire is known as flame. And all combustible substances do not produce flame on combustion. Have you seen flames of burning coal or burning charcoal? No. So which substances produce flame on combustion? Let's explore more. The substances which vaporize during burning give flames. So only those substances which produce vapors during burning, only those substances give us flames. For example, kerosene oil and molten wax. So in case of the candle, candles are made up of the wax, and through the wick, this wax after getting molten rises above and then gets vaporized during burning. And as it gets vaporized, it forms flames. So all the combustible substances which can vaporize during burning, those substances can form flames. But substances like coal or charcoal which do not vaporize, they do not produce flame. Let's discuss about the parts of the flame. Here we have a lighted candle, and this is the flame here. The flame can be divided into three parts. The innermost part near its wick, you can see here the black part here. So that is the innermost zone, which consists of unburnt wax vapors in it, and it appears black. This part of the flame is least hot, that is, it has minimum temperature here. But this yellow part, which is known as middle zone, so this is the zone of partial combustion. It appears yellow, it is moderately hot, and it is known as luminous part of the flame also. Why? Because most of the light is emitted from this zone of the flame. And now we come to the next zone. This is the outermost zone in which complete combustion takes place. And this zone appears blue in color, and that is the hottest part of the flame. It means this part, the outermost part of the flame, has maximum temperature. And it is also known as non-luminous zone of the flame. So these are the three parts of the flame. If you look at this picture, you can easily see the innermost or black part here. See, this is the wick, and this whole black part, this is the innermost part of the flame. It consists of all the unburnt wax vapors here. Then it is followed by the yellow part of the flame. Yellow part is known as middle zone or luminous zone or the zone of partial combustion. Now look at this picture. This entire flame, consisting of black and yellow parts, is then surrounded by a blue zone. And this blue zone is the outermost zone of the flame. It is the non-luminous part of the flame. And here the temperature is maximum. That is the reason why goldsmiths use this part of the flame for melting the gold and silver, because this is the hottest part of the flame. Let's perform this activity now. Take a lighted candle and take a glass tube. Hold this glass tube with the help of pair of tongs like this, and place it obliquely in such a way that one end of this glass tube is placed just inside the innermost zone of the flame. Now you bring a burning matchstick near the other end of the glass tube. What will be observed? We will observe flame here on this end of the glass tube. Why is it so? Because unburnt wax vapors from the innermost zone of the flame has entered into this glass tube. And when these vapors reach this end and they get ignited, they start burning with the flame. So this activity shows us that the innermost zone of the flame consists of unburnt wax particles. Let's perform another activity. Once again, take a lighted candle here and take a glass slide or a glass plate and place it over the yellow part of the flame. Hold it at this place for some time and then remove it from here. You will observe a black deposition over this part of the glass slide. What is this black part? This consists of unburnt carbon particles. From where these unburnt carbon particles have come? These unburnt carbon particles have come from the yellow part or luminous zone of the flame. So this activity proves that luminous part or luminous zone of the flame contains unburnt carbon particles in it. Let's perform one more activity. Take a lighted candle and take a copper wire. Hold this copper wire with the help of pair of tongs and place the other end of the wire just on the outermost zone of the flame. Hold it at this position for some time. You will observe that this end of the wire is getting red hot. Why this end of the wire is turning red hot? Because the temperature here in the outermost zone of the flame is highest. That's why this end of the wire gets red hot. So this activity shows that non-luminous zone or the outermost zone of the flame has highest temperature. This is the reason why goldsmiths use the outermost zone of the flame for melting gold and silver, because this zone has highest temperature. So gold and silver can melt easily in this part of the flame. If you look at these two flames, do you observe any difference in their colors? Yes, the flame of the gas stove is blue in color, whereas the candle flame is yellow in color. Why this difference is there? The difference is because of the type of combustion going on here. Here in the blue flame, complete combustion is going on, and complete combustion gives us blue flame, and it gives us more energy. More energy means temperature will be higher in the blue flame. So this blue flame helps us to cook the food. But we get yellow flame during incomplete combustion. Incomplete combustion gives yellow flame, and here in the yellow flame less energy is released. So the temperature here in the yellow flame is comparatively lower as compared to that of blue flame. So that is the difference between the types of flames and parts of the flames. So that is all about the flames. Let's proceed with the next topic of the chapter in the next video. Thank you so much.